Hey MovieCut Explained fans, ever wondered what happens when an alien lands on Earth, loses his spaceship remote, and ends up challenging the very concept of God in India? Today, we're diving into the all-time blockbuster movie, PK 2014. Buckle up, because this isn't your usual Bollywood ride. Will our alien hero find his remote and return home? Or will he uncover something far bigger? Let's find out. An alien lands his spaceship in India, but his remote gets stolen. The movie begins with a spaceship landing in Rajasthan, India. A human-looking alien comes out of the spaceship naked. He just has the spaceship's remote on his body, and he uses it to hide the spaceship in clouds. Then he sees a railway track and a human walking along with it. The alien gets excited, seeing another life form, and goes near him to interact. But the man looks at the alien's remote and thinks it is something precious, so he snatches it and starts to run away. The alien realizes what just happened and runs behind the human to get his remote back. But the human gets onto a train and throws sand toward the alien to blind him. With that, the alien is left with just a radio, which he managed to snatch away from the human. Now, a concurrent story begins in Belgium, where an Indian girl, Jagu, is excitedly going to attend a poetry show of a Bollywood superstar. She is late to reach the venue, and all the tickets are sold out. But overhear a guy selling one ticket in black. She goes to buy the ticket from him, but some random guy, Sarfraz from Pakistan, also wants to buy the ticket. They argue for a while and conclude that Jagu will watch the first half and Sar will enjoy the rest of the show. But they don't have enough money, so they ask a random uncle for a €4 loan. The uncle says he'll help them, but instead, he buys the black ticket for himself and goes to enjoy the show. Feeling cheated, Sarfraz and Jagu leave. Then they sit together and introduce themselves. But Jagu gives a slightly disgusted look as Sar reveals that he works for the Pakistani embassy. That ends their conversation there, and Sarfraz starts to walk away. Jagu regrets her behavior, so she follows Sarfraz while he sings a melodious song. Over the next few weeks, the two starts dating and fall madly in love with each other. One day, Jagu calls her parents to inform them about Sar, but they are infuriated to know that their daughter is dating a Muslim. Jagu's father is a very religious person and follows a godman and guru called Tapasvi Ji. He takes all his life decisions after consulting him, so he goes to ask him about Sar. Tapasvi predicts that Sarfraz will betray her, and he'll do everything with her except marry her. Jagu cuts the call in anger and asks Sarfraz to marry her tomorrow so she can prove the prophecy wrong. The following morning, Jagu reaches the church, all dressed up. Another bride there learns that her fiancé is not coming, so she asks Jagu to hold her cat while she talks to the registrar. A kid comes there and hands over a letter to Jagu. The letter is from Sar, which said that he cannot marry her due to their cultural and regional differences, and she must not try to contact him. Jagu is heartbroken after reading the letter and immediately leaves for India. Now 6 months later, Jagu lives on her own and works as a journalist. She was traveling by train when the alien enters the carriage and gives everyone missing posters of Hindu gods and goddesses. Jagu thinks that this guy can be news material, so she gets off the train to talk to him. The alien, who goes by the name of PK now, due to people thinking he's drunk, asks Jagu if she has seen his god. He explains that he is wearing a yellow helmet so the god can see him from far away and help him solve his problem. 2 weeks later, Jagu sees PK again, who's stealing money from a donation box. When people caught him and came to slap him, he put pictures of gods on his cheeks so no one could slap him. Jagu saves PK by slipping his wallet inside the donation box and asks PK why was he doing that. PK says he was getting his refund as God didn't help him. Now Jagu has no money for a taxi, so PK gives her some money and says he feels bad when someone's not able to go home. She asks where he lives, and PK says police station. PK says he'll give a demo and urinates on a wall, so the police arrest him and take him to the police station. Then Jagu also goes inside the police station to talk to PK. PK reveals that he's an astronaut who came to Earth to research, but his remote control got stolen. She asks how he can speak Hindi, and he says he learned it from a woman in 6 hours. Then PK explains everything from the beginning, like how he learned to wear clothes and realized that currency notes can get him things. One time, he got hit by a guy called Bayero Singh, who thought that PK has lost his memory due to the accident. So Bayero decided to help PK by getting his memory back. PK was touching random women to learn their language. So Bayero took him to a prostitute, and that's how he transferred a prostitute's language into himself. Then PK asked Bayero to help him find the thief who stole his remote. Bayero suggested that the thief probably sold his chain in Delhi, so PK came to Delhi to find it. He tried to search for his remote in Delhi, but everyone said only God knows where it is. So he realized that people on earth have found their creator, known as God, and everyone turns to him for help. He tried worshipping different gods and religions, like Hindu, Christianity, and Islam, but nothing worked. After getting beaten by different people, he realized that different religions had different gods, and everyone follows only a certain religion. So PK went to the maternity ward to search for a birthmark, found kids that determine their religion, but found nothing. He badly wanted to find his religion, so he decided to try all the religions. He worshipped all the gods and followed all the religious practices. He went to extreme lengths to impress his God and suffered from all the cruel activities, but nothing worked. After being fed up with all the gods, he gave up his belief and started distributing missing posters of the gods. One time, he came across a seminar on the Taposophy. There, the Taposophy was presenting PK's spaceship remote as an instrument of Lord Shiva, which is a Hindu god. PK tried to take his remote, but the security kicked him out of the place. After hearing the entire story of PK, Jagu thinks he is a psycho, so she gives him the card of a psychiatrist and starts to leave. But since Jagu touched PK's hands while giving him the card, PK predicts what is going on at Jagu's job, and she is shocked to hear it. She gets him out of the jail and asks how he knows about her job. PK says he can read minds by touching hands, but Jagu does not believe him. Suddenly, an old man comes there and asks for money. He says his wife is in the nearby hospital and he needs money for her operation. PK gives him some money, and Jagu says he just got fooled, as there is no hospital nearby. PK says he already knows that, and the old man was here to ask for money so he can eat ice cream with his wife in a 5-star hotel, as today is their anniversary. Jagu follows the old man and finds him in a 5-star hotel with his wife, celebrating their anniversary. Now convinced by PK's power, she goes to meet him. She promises him that she help him find his remote, no matter what. The following day, Jagu takes PK with her to the office. She makes him meet her boss, Mr. Cherry. PK convinces Cherry to let him have a chat with the Topaz V on live television. Jagu plans that PK's understanding of the world is so simple that he would be able to convince the Topaz V against the existence of God. Later, PK brings 5 men with different clothing into one of Topasvi's seminars. He asks the Topasvi to predict the religion of these 5 men. Topasvi guesses the religion of the men, but turns out all his predictions were wrong. PK explains that religion is highly determined by clothing and fashion. As he changed the clothing of these 5 men, Topasvi was not able to predict anyone's religion. But before PK could argue any further, the security kicks him out of the place. Jagu's father sees this on TV and comes into the office to scold his daughter. He says that PK will burn in hell, and PK realizes something. He says that he has finally figured out the key factor in religion. It's fear. Religion uses fear to force people into doing different practices. He demonstrates this by going outside an examination hall and setting up a stone as a holistic entity. As the students were really afraid of their exams, they prayed in front of the stone and gave tons of donations. Meanwhile, PK's anti-God movement goes viral on social media and television, and he starts getting tons of responses from across the country. People are sending thousands of videos exposing the illogical practices exercised in the name of God. At night, Jagu receives a message from her dad that he is ashamed of her, so PK dances to cheer her up. On the other hand, Topasvi learns from his men that they have not been getting any support and donations recently, so Topasvi decides to face PK in a debate. Cherry and his team get busy with the preparations and release of the promos. Meanwhile, in Rajasthan, Bayero catches the real thief and calls PK to inform him about it. The thief sold the remote to Topasvi for 40,000 rupees, and he'll be coming to Delhi tomorrow. The next day, PK is waiting for Bayero at the police station, but due to a terrorist attack, Bayero and the thief died in the bomb blast. PK is disheartened to find his friend dead. Now, the day of the debate arrives, and PK and Topasvi sit face to face. Topasvi asks PK tons of questions, and PK is still in grief. Then he starts replying and says that there are two gods, one who created all of us, and one who was created by people like Toposvi. Then the topic changed to his predictions, and PK says that his prediction about Sarfraz was wrong too. Toposvi challenges him to prove his prediction wrong, and says he'll return the remote if he succeeds. Now, Jagu reveals that she received a letter from a kid on their marriage day. PK says that there was no name on that letter, so how can she be so sure that it was from Sarfraz? PK explains that the kid must have been told to deliver the letter to the woman with the cat, and since Jagu was holding the cat at that moment, the kid delivered the letter to her. Cherry asks Jagu to finally call Sarfraz and prove this theory, but his number is unreachable, so they call the Pakistani embassy in Belgium to ask for Sarfraz's number. The woman in the embassy reveals that Sarfraz calls them every day, asking if there is any call from Jagu in Delhi. They connect the call to Sarfraz, and Jagu asks him about that day. Sarfraz reveals that he came to the church that day, but Jagu had already left. Then he found her note, which said, "Don't contact me." With that, the Toposvi was publicly proven wrong. He moves towards the remote, but Jagu's father stops him and gives it to PK. He thanks PK, and the scene ends there. At the end of the movie, Jagu finds a note from PK that says, "I love you." Then, PK calls his spaceship and leaves without looking back. And that's a wrap on PK 2014. From a lost alien to challenging centuries of belief, this movie isn't just hilarious. It makes you think, did PK find his remote? Yes. Did he also teach us a lesson about life and faith? Absolutely. If you loved this recap, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to MovieCut Explained, and ring the bell so you never miss a deep dive into your favorite movies. Drop a comment below. What would you do if an alien asked for your help? Stay tuned, stay curious, and as always, happy watching.